Nawateo kwangu toyinze ko amachagalelo. How was your night? Me, I'm excited that we are here once again to learn. Today, Chamanyi Mugambo. Okay, who's a guest in house? We have Mr. James Barungi, and he has been here before. Yatumisa Vintorinji na tugamba how we can manage, our salaries, our finances, and make the best of it. We are missing that conversation. You can go on YouTube and catch it up. And today we still do have him agenda kubatomeza how we can grow several streams of income, even if you're still earning one, whether 500,000, whether 1 million, whether 300,000, you can still make the best of that. Era kubawo inafe otoli wadanyo kwesa namba 07 nyamukaga ana atano nkaga okubanga otoyungako amacha galero. And well, let's dive into the conversation. Mr. James, good morning.
Good morning, Angel.
How does it feel to be back again the second time?
I must say it feels like home now. I guess after the second, the third, and the fourth, I hope I'll be able to join you for all those many times. But glad to be here.
Mr. Barungi, how do they greet in your mother tongue?
Orairota.
Orairota.
So that is in Rutoro.
Okay.
We start with Empako. If you have an Empako, mine is Akiki.
Takiki.
Eyawe.
Boki.
Taboki.
We have moved at least a milestone altogether.
Sure.
Oh yes, and speaking about finances, money today, we're excited because very many people. I had a conversation with somebody, and then they said, I'm working Monday to Monday. I'm not getting a break, but they're getting, let me call it peanuts, because it's really unrealistic for someone to work from 12 hours and they're getting only paid like 250,000. Monday to Monday means that they're not having a break for themselves. And I asked them, are you getting allowances or benefits? And they said, I'm not getting allowances or benefit. And at the end of the day, this is just a representation of how many of us Ugandans are locked into this. And as we launch into the conversation, Mr. James, we're going to dive to know how many Ugandans are in this kind of space in terms of statistics, and also how we can be helped out together.
Okay, thank you very much. I must say that's a very great question.
Yes.
So I'd like to start off by saying that actually of the working population in Uganda, out of the 47, 48 or so million people, we have around, say 20.5 of them working, because we have a very young population.
True.
So you have close to 37% of our working population. And of this working population, interestingly, you'll find that not even 1% of that, not actually 99% earn above $1 million.
Very true.
So you have 1% of the people earning, of that working population of 20 million, earning under 1 million. Now you and me are here in the city. You can appreciate the predicament many people are going through to be able to survive in this country. So to me, from the graphic situation you painted of the Ugandan out there 7 days earning that little, I believe there is a way out, because where they are today, some people have been there before.
Very true, yeah.
And some have managed to make the transition from where they are.
True.
So the question that we are going to be answering is, how do you make that transition? Because if you're working 7 days a week, chances are high you're depending on one source of
income.
And so it feels like you're trapped.
It's a big trap altogether.
So we're going to be having, I believe, a deeper conversation. Now, how do you break free from that? And how do you break free from such a scenario? I think for me, it has a lot to do with the choices you make, life choices, financial choices. Because, for example, someone who has a family of 5 people is not the same as someone who has a family of 1.
Yeah.
We say children are a blessing. Truly they are. But there has to be wisdom in the way you have them.
That's true. Yeah.
Or else you keep yourself in that cycle. So I think as we unfold, we will see some of those decisions and choices we can make.
Yes.
It's never too late.
Very true.
Yes.
Wow. Can we paint a picture of maybe the urban and the rural? Because people in the rural, of course, some of them eat 1 meal a day, and the cost of living in Uganda, Kampala itself is really, really high. One movement, the moment you touch a 50K, it's already 20,000, and you can't explain how this money has gone.
Yeah. So the people in the urban centers, and this is a very good contrast for you to pick on, it says actually the people in the urban centers, they are richer, 55% richer, urban than the households in the villages.
Yeah.
But the issue here is that in the urban centers, it's heavily a cash economy. From the time you wake up, if you track your spending, the moment you just leave before even you leave your house, there is something needed at home.
That's true.
Well, then when you leave your house, transport. Then you have to make calls. Everything you touch, you're spending.
True.
Yes, so even if you're earning more, chances are that probably your quality of life may even be lower than the poorer people in the rural areas, because for them, they're not so much in the cash economy.
Yeah.
They are heavily subsistence, where you have to buy a bunch of matoke, they will walk to their backyard and get a bunch of matoke.
That is true.
Yeah, where you have to transport yourself to your workplace, for them the gardens, you have to just walk there. So I think for me, that's the contrast we have. And that's why many people actually come to the city and they feel like, this is not my place.
Let me go back and stay in Muchalo.
Yes, because of some of those ways of living that are a bit different.
And you know, there are very many, how would you help somebody get out of this trap?
So the first thing I would want to say, you have, especially maybe to the person in the urban space here, you have 24 hours.
Yes.
And of those, I could divide it into different blocks. You have 8 hours to rest.
Sure.
Don't compromise that one because you need to rest.
Yes.
You have another 8 hours for some who are privileged. Their workplaces, they do 8 hours.
Yeah, very
There are
true.
those who are not so privileged that you should up to 10, 12.
True.
Now that's a different story. So for me, I'm largely looking at the time beyond the time, the 8 hours for sleep and the 8 hours for work. What do you do in the other block of the 8 hours?
Mr. James, that's a big question.
Yes. So if you notice, the foreigners we have here who own some of these industries, like the Chinese, the Indians, they spend their work.
Very true, yes. They spend less on transport.
They spend less on transport, but also the time element. You're staying in Mukono, you're working in town. So that means every day you're burning around 6 hours of your time.
Moving.
And that's the time that is meant to give you a competitive edge in terms of growing your income streams.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Because the other will be sleeping time. So if you look at these other foreigners, the Indians, they want, where you're spending 7-8 hours for transport between economy and where you work in town, that time is given to them.
Yes.
They have an advantage already.
True.
So what I tell people is those 8-hour block which is outside your sleeping time, which is outside your working time, what are you doing in it? That's the starting point.
I like that eye-opener. It's really eye-opening. What do? Are you scrolling TikTok or are you bringing in some income? Wow.
And even from what I said, that means that you could even re-strategize if I'm not having it, if I spend it in movement. If I spend it on TikTok, where do you spend it? That can inform a lot. So when you have taken track of those 8 hours that are for you,
yes,
the question then is, and we are called the gig economy here.
I have a gig, I have a hustle to do.
A hustle. So those are the hours in which you can place such things.
Wow.
And the starting point is, what are the pain points? I'll tell you, I used to go with my wife to do shopping in the market. And I reached a point where I noticed, maybe right now this may not be the best use of my time because I can earn more in that time than go and shop.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, what becomes my pain point? I need someone who can shop for me on a weekly basis.
Someone who can do something for you. Wow.
Solve the problem for me. And the problem is shopping. So there will be a young man whom we pay on a weekly basis to shop.
Yeah.
Can't we now, when he comes with these things, you pay, and you pay transport, you pay everything.
And
So
the time is saved.
And the time is saved to me to do more things. But also the other person, at that level, they are earning from solving my
problem.
So what I'm asking people out there in the 8 hours you have, what pain points have you identified that you can be able to solve? And I've used an example of a person in the market.
Yes.
Earning probably so little, but adding to that earning by offering this service.
Service, very true. Because when you look at such a situation, there are two things that are hitting me really hard. I've realized we spend so much time on social media. Like, you just see one video on TikTok, before you know it, you've burned 3 hours, and let them tell you, you can pray or you can do something. You will not literally, or you will start yawning and sleeping. So that's an eye-opener for us. What are you doing the rest of the time? And, you know, how do you value time? Now, that's also something else.
Now I'll give you a very good contrast here. For the poor, people who live under $1 or $2 every day, by the World Bank standards,
Yes.
which sometimes I agree with or not, depending. But for those people, all they think about is money, 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 money. So they don't value time a lot.
Yes.
So when you traverse most of our villages, you'll find people playing pool in the morning, conversing, having longer conversations.
Oh, yeah.
In prime working time.
Yes.
Now, the middle class, those are the ones here in Kampala, they also, in a way, look at time in the sense of the time they exchange for labor. And that's pretty much it. Outside that the rest of the time can pass without being intentional about it, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I get you.
Now the rich, they value their time.
Very true. That is true. I've seen it.
They tell you I'll be here at 7, they will be there at 7.
And you were here 1 hour before. I must tell our viewers.
Yeah. So they value their time. When they make commitments, they don't take them lightly. And some of these are basic principles to growing multiple streams of income, because business is trust. If you're a market person and I say, will you deliver to me food every Saturday, let it be every Saturday.
Same time.
Yes.
Yes. Don't change morning, then evening, and you are being irregular.
But what I noticed from many of these, there is a bit of, they don't mind. Even if I came 5 hours after, I've come.
After all.
But to a person who is meant to pay the bills, is the rich person is thinking, how are you not able to keep the basics?
Yes.
Like managing your time.
Your time, true. So time is crucial to everything.
Very, very crucial, because from the analogy I used, if you don't use your 8-hour block that is free responsibly or intentionally, you will end up in that cycle.
At the end of the day, calling us and making us to give you some 20, 50K urgently.
Sure.
So here's this person with 250,000. How can they now start making the different streams of income? Because there could be some active or inactive streams of income.
Yeah. So I would want to first put to our viewers what probably earning actively means.
Teach us.
That means you exchange your time for money.
Money, okay.
So
there must be an exchange. Wow.
So most Ugandans, for example, who earn a salary or a wage, heavily rely on exchanging their time for money. So you can't make money if you're not there.
Yes, okay.
To exchange your time for the money.
Wow.
And that is a very good starting point for everyone, but it's not a good place to stay.
Wow.
And so, for someone out there with a 250, again, this advice can be based on very many things. It can be based on what skill sets do you have, because finance is very personal. To work within that 250.
Very true. Transport, rent, different things.
Yes. So for someone, for example, who is working 7 days a week and they practically, their 8-hour block is also consumed by the bosses. The question then may be, can I look at a way of earning without actively being engaged? And that takes me to the non-active way. I can give you a simple option, and I know we'll get deeper into that. Do you know for as little as 10,000, you can be able to start buying financial instruments such as, for example, a unit trust, where you're paid every day?
No, that's mind-blowing for people who don't know about unit trust.
Yeah. So,
but what is a unit trust?
A unit trust, you're basically buying, these are insurance-linked products where you buy a unit of a fund. So a fund is set up by these big companies, and they divide it into units, and they invite different people to buy different units for a return. So they get that money in lump sum from different people. They invest it in things such as bonds, government bonds. Those are instruments that government issues, where government raises money through either borrowing or taxes.
Yes.
So borrowing can be from the local people or from the foreign. Yes. So as part of the local people borrowing from locally, they do things like government bonds and treasury bills. Now, government bonds, the difference here is a government bond is more than 12 months. You put in your money for more than 12 months, a year and above. Treasury bills, a year and below. So linking it to the unit trust, you'll find that these unit trusts, it's a vehicle of raising funds from the public, invested, and then you get a return. And most times their investment areas is in things like bonds, which you can also go directly.
Wow.
So 250 would mean you put it there,
you
and
sacrifice one full month.
And you start earning the next day.
Wow. What is the percentage like?
So most of those products, the unit trust, you find they range between 11 to 12.5% per annum.
Okay.
So per annum, that is the annualized rate.
Yes.
12 months. However, what they do, they cascade it down to a day.
A day. Okay. So you keep seeing it return back to you.
Yes, and you're able to even monitor and track as long as you have a smartphone.
Yeah.
So instead of going to TikTok, it's not bad to go there. You will first check on your money growing, then continue to TikTok.
You're right. Mr. James, could you just give us examples of the non-active incomes and the non-active?
Okay, so the non-active sources of income, I'll start with the rental properties, and I'll approach this one from a twofold. The rental properties, someone invests at one point, maybe has put in 50 million and built certain rentals in somewhere in Mukono for maybe low cost, and then they will continue
generating that income
on a monthly basis.
They don't need to monitor. It just keeps coming to them.
It keeps coming. However, in it coming to them continuously, their involvement is not so much, save for the monthly, save for a few fixes here and there.
Yes.
But I can also look at it the other way. For that one who doesn't have the money to even construct, you can still earn off rental income.
Okay.
And I do that actually myself. I own a property management firm.
Wow.
So I don't have to build, but I'll be able to earn 10 to 15% of people's rental incomes every month for solving a pain point. And what is the pain point here that I'm solving is that probably certain landlords may not have the time and the skills to manage tenants.
Yes.
So I come in with a company that formally engages the tenants, signs contracts with them, and collects on behalf of the landlord. And so I charge a fee to be able to do that for them.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I'm earning off rental income without owning.
Any rental property.
Because I've known where to place myself to solve a pain.
Okay.
Passive.
Okay.
Also there, it's passive for me because I've set a system within the property management firm that there are people who are trained. The system means that something can run on its own. There are people who are trained, who know what to do, and they are able to collect this money without my intervention. So I am earning passively, while for them they are earning actively.
Nice.
So it can be twofold. One area, rental.
Yes.
The other,
How about someone who has got their 100,000, they buy earrings and start selling them online? Where does that fall?
So that would fall under active because
they have to be in the direct transaction.
They are involved directly.
Okay.
And it's good you bring in that because some people have a notion that you need so much money to start any business. And I like the examples you're using, 100,000. I know of a story, a young man would move to downtown because he knows the corporates don't have the time to go.
They don't have the time to go there.
Takes pictures of shoes that he doesn't own, posts them on his status, adds a margin. A shoe that is 150, he sells it to you at 200, 250.
Yeah.
Brings them to your office and makes a profit of 50 to 100,000.
With no tax.
With no tax, thank you. So I think for me it's the intelligence, the knowledge around business that it's not so much the money that you have, but how are you thinking about all this? Because you can be able to start small enterprises with limited finances.
You know, if we go back a little, especially even with our viewers, is number one, how are you valuing your time?
Yeah.
Number two, what are your pain points? Number three, what skill do you have to give?
Yes.
Or want something that can generate you the money?
Yes.
And here is where we are categorizing the different kinds of income streams that someone can do. And I'm very, very happy that we are moving in the right direction. And let's move to something called survival mindset and growth mindset. Because this is something we had to speak about last time, and I'm happy we are here again. Yes.
So,
because many people are under survival mode.
yeah. So, the subject of money is grounded right from the time we are born. Through growing up, we see different experiences that inform our thought process around money.
Wow.
So, some people have grown up in homes where they needed to live practically on the edge.
Yeah.
So when such a person, for example, has money, his lenses would be that when I get money, he will tell you money is like a visitor. Because it's not used
to eat.
being there.
Yes.
Sente mugenyi. You hear those notions around different spaces. So all those are mindsets around. Wow. So if someone has such a survival mindset, it's hard for you to even attract
the money.
Because again, you believe sente
mugenyi
just visits and disappears. So actually, you find someone itching. When the money comes through, you can't settle. You want to just go and buy everything that you come across.
Yeah.
So that, for me, then keeps someone in a perpetual cycle.
True.
Not that they can't break out, but the issue is they don't probably know how to break out, and they let their experiences inform their experience.
Wow.
Now, a growth mindset is the one which is willing to watch the business show and not just watch it, take action after. That I have my 250, from here I'll look out for a unit trust
and invest.
And invest.
Yes. You know, I'm enjoying the discussions that are coming in, but allow me read a question here. This person says, my commitments are overwhelming. Mr. James, how can I balance meeting my utilities and also meeting family commitments?
Okay. And thank you for that question. And I get that question quite a lot. Commitments. So I would first say, take stock of where you are financially.
Evaluate everything.
Yes.
The debts you have.
Yes.
Wow.
Because when you get that awareness, then it's a good starting point to inform how you proceed. And for me, sometimes you have to take drastic measures. If your commitments, if I'm to use an analogy of a car, if your commitments are running or expenses are running at 120 kilometers per hour and your income is at 80, there is a difference you need to cover up.
Yes, true.
So what does that mean? Hard choices have to be made at times.
Yeah.
The first would be, look at some of your usual running expenses. For example, rent, if you don't own a house. Do you need to downsize?
You're earning 500,000 and living in a house of 350.
Yes.
Wow.
Do you need to downsize? Because you'll need to make the hard decisions
Very
to
true.
break through after getting that awareness. Number two, there are commitments that are life-threatening.
Yes.
There are commitments that may not be.
Life-threatening.
So, evaluate. What is a need? What is a want?
Wow.
How can I then postpone wants and cater to needs? So in essence, prioritization. Because when you're in desperate, when you're in a burning house, you don't stand there and start negotiating
With the fire.
With the fire, let me come out. No. You have to take drastic
Measures.
to get out. So for me, I think start from the awareness point. Review what is a need, what is a want. Spend only on needs if you have to. Then many times some people don't have an expenditure problem. Sometimes you have an income problem.
True. Yes. The expenditure curve is bigger than the income.
Yeah. So you may want to think, in my spare time, what else can I do to actively get some more money to supplement on the 500K that I'm.
Wow.
Or what can I passively start? And passively may be hard because you need money to input it back. So first, actively engage yourself more to make ends meet.
Mr. James, here is another person saying, I earn 650,000. 250 goes to transport. My rent is 200, so I'm left with this balance. I don't know how to make long-term investments and get out of this curve. How do you help me? We have 250 the total. Then no, 650 as the salary, and then we're having 250 as the transport, I think, per month, and then 200 salary. That means that person is left with 150. They're walking home with 150.
So this again, for them, the starting point, if you have 150, that means you have to eat, you have to drink, because from what they have shared, transport alone is quite something.
Yes.
It takes the biggest percentage, then followed by rent.
Very true.
Yeah. So for me, the question then would be, I would want to understand, that these people living alone, or
do they have a dependent?
A family. Maybe it may not. If you have a family nearby, move in with family.
Wow. And cut the cost.
Cut that cost. As you reorganize yourself, it's not a permanent situation. It's a temporary situation. So that is one. Number two, I noticed that 650,000, you have the capacity to earn more. But people only pay for value.
Yes.
So the question is, how can you enhance yourself? For me, I would think you would start by even investing in yourself. Whatever little. So maybe you've made the switch, you're living with family. You have an extra 200 to spare. On top of. Now, the issue, transport, let me look at transport. Transport, obviously, probably you're working, you're using a taxi, and I don't know whether there are options around that. That is how
Or
you
a
make the
colleague can
money.
give you
a ride.
yes.
So you can look at some of those options to cost save, but you can only cost save enough because you're earning already a bit little. So the next thing is, how do you increase your earning? What else can you do? What skills do you have that you can deploy yourself? So we are giving simple examples like selling online. We are giving other examples. What is the pain point in your environment that you can address
Solve, yes.
and gain some more money?
Wow.
So that's the question you start asking yourself. But also start investing in your. Right now, one of the things that has happened to us is that we have the power of the internet.
Yeah,
You're
true.
able to get a lot from there. You may not even education that you'd pay millions for, you're able to get a bit of that. So educate yourself financially, and I trust when you start educating yourself, you'll attract more
money.
more money. But first, take some of those steps. Look around and see what you can cost save, so that then you can move to the next step.
Okay, let's take the last question before we move to the profit income. I don't know why whenever we start talking about money, the time has a way how it just skyrockets. But here is someone saying, I'm living a life of pleasing people, weddings, proposals, and also giving for condolences. I don't know how to say no. How can I get out of this?
Wow. That's the life of very many Ugandans on the corporate scene. They even borrow actually to please
Make someone happy.
to please people. I think the first step is that in your family, because these are usually close relatives and all that,
Yes.
are you able, for example, to convene and organize a small fund as family, collectively, not just as you?
Yes.
So that then that collective fund becomes a place where people run to. If it has money, you see how to apportion to support the extended family.
Yes.
So you move things from just being things that that
concern you as a person.
to collective,
Yeah.
so that you reduce the pressure on yourself. That could be one of the ways. But the second way is you have to have a budget. And I keep talking about that. And the starting budget, I tell people usually one of the principles is the 50% needs, 30% want,
Yes.
then 20% savings and investment. That's the start.
Wow.
As you grow, ideally you should be increasing savings and investment to 30, 40, so it gets flipped around.
Prioritizing, okay.
So why I'm saying that is because then you know that I've maybe maxed out my budgets for wants, which would many people would maybe fall there, or needs.
Yeah.
So when I've maxed it out, I can politely say, thank you for the call. I would want to help, but I'm not in position now. Can this need wait?
Yeah.
Because you have a frame around spending your money, whatever shilling you get. When you don't have, everything will pass.
That's why people say I am broke and what. Let us dive back to the profit income. I think this was one that we'll close with today.
Yep.
And if you can teach us to understand it.
Okay. So profit income basically is earnings from your business activities.
Okay. I am a TV host. Then I host events.
Very good. I like the what you've used. So when you're a TV host, you'll be sought after. When you go and host an event, they'll probably pay you for hosting that event. When you go and speak and encourage and motivate people in corporate, they will pay you an hourly rate probably for doing that. So whatever you do in terms of business, it has a profit. To the person out there, for example, with a chapati stall, when you sell that chapati, there's a profit.
On every chapati.
In those dukas of ours, there is a profit. So the beauty with them is that they are scalable. They are scalable. And that's what I tell people. Most Ugandans don't scale them. You stay at the same level. If I'm to use an example of a speaker, you're a TV host, you speak. So in this speaking, what happens when you don't have enough time to go and speak.
Yes.
Have you formed a company with a consortium of speakers that when you're not available, there is someone else that can go?
It's an eye-opener. Wow.
That way you still earn without physically. So you've transitions from active to
being inactive, income generating.
Yes.
Wow, I'm loving the direction that we are taking. And especially when someone begins to do something online, they tend to put the rates high. What message do you have for them? You're purchasing the earrings at 3,000 and you're selling them at 20,000.
Interesting. So I think for me it's largely the target audience.
Define your target audience.
Let me say you're selling earrings and the people within your networks are university students.
Yes.
So the type of earring you will sell is different. The pricing will be different.
Yes, true.
You're working in a corporate space where people start earning from 1 million onwards. It will also mean
different pricing.
Different pricing, different earrings, on and on, and so on. I'll give you a simple example. When you see some of these, there are cars that are not marketed in these bonds and stores. No.
Yeah.
You find them at air shows.
Yes.
Because they cost an arm and leg, and people they are targeting are people who own probably private jets.
Someone 2 weeks ago or last week bought a cyber truck, and all Ugandans were like, how do they get the money?
Yeah, so Cybertruck, you may not see it every day on your TV being advertised, but those who know it
get it. Wow.
Know where to get it.
Mr. James, as we are drawing towards the close, but there are people who find themselves doing a lot.
Yeah.
They say I have multiple streams of income. Probably they do an event on the weekend. Maybe they plait hair on a Friday. Then they have a 9-to-5 job, and maybe they have this product they make, probably could be peanut butter, and at the end of the day they're like, yeah, I'm getting money, but they've never sat down to evaluate whether they're being a busybody and where their money is going and mixing their business money with personal challenges.
Yeah, thank you for that. It's a reality for many people that they earn the money, but they can't easily trace where the money is going.
That's very true.
Yeah, so again, it goes back to the principles and the basics. Think of every money that you earn in terms of, I have a need, I have a want, I have savings and investment.
Yeah.
So if I earn 100K, how much of that percentage is going to the need, to the wants, and the savings? For some of the people who are Christians, tithe. So you think of the money in buckets.
Wow.
But most people, you receive like 100K, have a weekend. So you have already abandoned the framework of saving, investment, wants, needs, and so think of them as that. And we are not saying don't enjoy yourself. Enjoy, it's also, but within a planned kind of framework.
Not blowing out everything.
Yes.
Okay, now here we are, people who are earning hand to mouth, and of course, like some of these people are given an example, household gig. Now they're caught in a situation of where they don't look at the long-term insurance, that every other single day their strength is growing weaker and weaker. Could you just close up with that?
Yeah, what I tell such people is that anyone who is working, you need to have what we call an emergency fund. An emergency fund is anything 3 months your expenses.
Okay.
Tucked away somewhere for a day that may not be favorable. Nowadays, we even encourage people to go up to a year, depending on your job. Okay. If you're in the gig, you don't know whether tomorrow you're going to get money. So when you get a windfall, put it, I spoke about a unit trust, put it in a unit trust, because then you can access the money at any time.
Okay.
But you're keeping it there, it's growing every day as well.
Yes.
So find such a vehicle, put in that money, depending on your job. If you're permanent and pensionable, maybe 6 months is okay. Yeah. So depending also on the nature of your job, it will inform how heavy your emergency fund is.
Wow. Mr. James, someone is watching us and wondering, ono mwami aina wasomesa oba gwe mulimu gwe, because I want to know where this think tank of knowledge is coming from.
Thank you for that. So we have two vehicles. The first is a company called Nirel, where we offer consulting services to the corporate world, but also to individuals, and we support them in the space of finance and in the space of leadership. So that's one of the vehicles. The other is what we call the Transformational Leadership Unveiled. It's also a vehicle in which we support people on their journeys of life, and that's coaching, mentorship in many of these areas we are speaking about. Yes.
Wow. So if someone wants to probably come through, they can share your number with them.
Please, it would be very
okay. How much is the leadership? Someone is to come.
That for the leadership courses that we have to the public, they range from around $100. That's around $350 onwards. We heavily subsidize them because we want the message to
reach home and help more people.
Yes.
I think that's more fair, you know, because knowledge has to be paid for. It can't really come in really freely. But once again, we want to say thank you, Mr. James. And every time we have you, feel like we have not yet we haven't yet finished. But I want to say it's been a great time with you, and very many people have learned, especially now they're going to review back. One of the key things was, yes, I'm having multiple streams of income, but how much do I have these buckets? And assessing my income and then my expenditure, because expenditures will always be there. And then differentiating needs and wants, because that's where people get caught up. You're looking at this nice 6-inch red shoe, and then and then maybe your sister needs a requirement, or a requirement maybe which is equivalent to the same amount. So at the end of the day, I believe that people's minds have been eye-open to prioritize where they can really place their money at the end of the day. And we want to say thank you.
Welcome. It's always a pleasure to have these conversations and to be able to add value to whoever is listening and watching.
Oh, wow. And well, to our great audience, Mwabalokobanga Mo Tulabyo Nako Lwalero, it has been growing streams of income from one. So whether you have that little money or a lot of money, just make sure you make the best out of it. We have been taught active streams of income, inactive streams, and different ways of creating awareness. Where is the problem? The problem could be you, and I like the fact that Mr. James has shed more light on everything we need to do. So please go thrive, and in case you have any question, use the number 0746 405 okubanga osindika ngoyagala number etujja kuba tujikuweereza butereevu ddala. This show has been made possible by Gerald M. and also Mark Okiring. Thank you for the team crew for making this possible today. From us to you, want to say bye-bye, and coming up is the kindergarten sale.